time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
And what's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of my live stream. And we'll be having uh, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Cut watch along. And hello to the people in the chat. We have Brogu. Brogu's here. Yes. And there's Sin Havoc. Yeah. And we're almost gonna start our stream. Mhm. Yep. And get ready with your copy of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Cut. Any copy will do, from iTunes to HBO Go to whatever. So let's start with our get ready with your okay. Let's start in five, four, three, two, one. Yes. And here we go. Here we go. And correct sin, innocent. I miss Mikey. Oh, what's happening? We're in the cemetery scene, and somehow I'm having problems with my s- copy. This sucks. Wait, I'm gonna reload the server. Okay. Refresh my player, and I'm back in the cemetery scene. Damn, why having trouble? So we're in the setting is crime alley. The Waynes are walking. Now, this is a direct scene from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. And Batman Year One. Yes, Sin, Innocent. It's kind of freaky. So this scene is important for the film, as I went to a bat cave in the southern portion of the Philippines in Davao City. There was lots of bats there. So Jeff Johns was still the executive producer of this film. In the dream, they took me to the light. So we're in Metropolis, where mankind is introduced to the Superman. Bruce looks pissed. Man, this devastation is really, really cold. This is the battle for Metropolis, where the Kryptonians are terraforming. the Earth. Oh, Bruce is using his SUV to run through all those destructive debris. And that was the Phantom Zone projector crashing into the Kryptonian ship. I really love how Zack connected the two movies from Man of Steel to BVS in this part. Man, Jack's dead. Man, that was intense. It's Wallace. Oh boy, watch it, kid. Yeah, that's true. It's well, the continuity is so awesome. Zach's great director. Innocent, maybe. I'm seeing Bruce. Bruce's eyes are getting meaner, so that it's 18 months later. We're in the Indian Ocean. So timestamp is 10 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm guessing This guy, sort of a treasure hunter of sorts. Brogy said, I like this opening to the movie. We as the audience love to see the fight between Superman and the General. It's exciting, but we see the devastation and the dying that comes from it. Well, actually, it's more realistic compared to, say, the Avengers. Since said Orm's father, Orback, was killed during Man of Steel. Yes. So we see Jimmy Olsen with Lois Lane, a controversial version of Jimmy Olsen. Those who hate this iteration of Jimmy seems to have not read all those Jimmy Olsen comics back in the day, since he was technically an adventurer in those old comics. And when he dealt with Cadmus during the 70s, he was technically undercover. Now we see the KG Beast. So Lois is still tough, one tough cookie. The actor who played KG Beast was in Captain America Civil War. No one is different. No one is neutral. That's uh, that's one true statement. We just use her credentials. She doesn't know anything. And there goes J- Jimmy. Sin said, "You notice that the people refer to the comics only when it's convenient for them." And Jimmy Olsen was an adventurer. Yeah, it's true. He really was in all those old comics. He was an adventurer. You're right. Many people don't know Jimmy Olsen. I didn't realize that for a very long time. Yes, and if you remember, Jimmy's dad, Jake Olsen, was a CIA agent and a clone. Cadmus cloned Jimmy Olsen's dad in the comics. KGB's was played by Colin Mulvey, Captain America Winter Soldier, and 300 Rise of an Empire. Thanks, Sin. Yeah, that's true. They're waiting for Superman because uh, Lois is technically the Superman magnet. I don't understand why people didn't like this iteration of the characters. It makes perfect sense considering the story. Lois Lane was bait. Yeah, she was bait, and she's bait for Superman to come and rescue her. Awesome background music from Hans Zimmer. That was awesome. So these soldiers, operatives, are what code name Python? It seems that Lex is more. Uh, he knows who Clark is somehow, and Superman took the bait. Brogu said, "I like how Zack Snyder makes his movies a little bit dark, more realistic than James Gunn. If there really was a Superman, this would be how things would be, not a bunch of comedy events." Yeah, that's true, Brogu. If Superman was real, this is how people would treat him. Joker and the Riddler were supposed to be in BVS Ultimate Edition. They were cut out of the film. Whoa, this is why. This is why we say sin is Zack. So we're in Gotham. Cell is the way. Yep. Yeah. Blackgate. You saw Acme Chemicals, and we're This scene is almost like an adaptation of a scene in The Dark Knight Returns. When you say Ace Chemical Plants, it's Joker. One thing that's very good about BVS was it's different from the other Bat films. Although every other one is grim and dark, but this has some aspects of something different, a different take, a fresh take, and Two Faces headquarters. I think people didn't like Batman branding his villains. Oh boy. If the Joker and Riddler were in this movie, it would have been great. It really would have been the ultimate edition. Yeah, but this DC always like to interfere. So basically, this is the apartment, Lois's apartment in ZSJL. You notice how the bullet lodged itself in Lois's notebook. Exactly, Brogu. Yes, Luthor was working with the Joker in the film. That's how we knew Batman's identity. Yeah, that made sense, right? It really does make sense. They've been working behind the scenes. There's always a cause. Timestamp is 26 minutes. I love these ideas that we miss because DC Warner interfered with the film makers. Gina Malone was rumored to be Barbara Gordon. She plays the scientist that talks to Lois later in the movie about the bullet. Oh, so Gina Malone was supposed to be Barbara Gordon. I see. If I'm not mistaken, in the beginning, Batman hurt the criminals that he caught. He was a true vigilante. Yes, he was sporting guns actually. So we see Alfred. Jeremy Irons makes a very dope Alfred. Jer- Jeremy Irons makes a better Alfred compared to Andy Serkis. Could be a phantasm. We've always been criminals. Nothing has changed. Uh, Dialogue directly from The Dark Knight Returns. In the old Detective Comics, Batman was carrying guns. Yes, he was carrying guns. And his Bat Gyro was sporting machine guns. Cruel. Ben Affleck really makes a good Bruce Wayne. Jeremy is way better than Andy Serkis and Michael Keaton. Yeah, true. Say, I have the same. I agree with you. I agree with you, Sin. We have a very young Lex Luthor, and supposed to be this is Lex Luthor Jr. Planetary security. So we have a very xenophobic Lex Luthor here. Decay. Jeremy Irons, Alfred Penner was actually a jack of all trades, multiple talents, and yes, he was. He was. He worked with the British MI MI6 MI5 during the war, and he was portrayed as a weapons expert here. Jesse Eisenberg, one oh, he's a great Lex Luthor. This is technically how politicians work. Brogo said, "You're right, Sin Havoc. Jeremy Irons is a better Alfred. Alfred was in the military in the special forces. Jeremy looked more of the part. Yes, it's true. Although Michael Caine is a close second in playing Alfred for me. So we see Lex Luthor as really a brilliant scientist, and which means, at least to me, Lionel Luthor was probably during World War I and World War II. Yes, as the older Luthor, it makes sense that he was involved in those eras. That's a very real question. If that was also asked in Watchmen, if I recall, about Doctor Manhattan, that if he is Superman, who is he a hero? If he's a hero, uh, who who is a, who is he being a hero to? Now we're in the scene where Wallace is creating a what? He's gonna vandalize the Superman stat monument. The statue is technically Superman statue. One is has his hands open, while the others is So this is how this is how Clark uh, is thinking of taking on Batman. Wallace was supposed to become Metallo. Yeah, I've heard that. I read that somewhere during those times. So basically, Metropolis to Gotham is a boat ride, ferry ride, or a plane ride. Clark is not nerdy. So this scene is not in the theatrical cut. So Bruce whispered something to the street fighter. I won't be surprised if this was some version of Wildcat or something. Metal was mentioned early on for Man of Steel 2 as one of the villains along with Parasite and Brainiac. Brainiac was supposed to be the main villain. Man of Steel 2 is a missed opportunity for me since the one who wanted Man of Steel 2 was Deluxe and Abdi, right? But Gunn really water wet. Perry White is one SOB here. Other villains that were mentioned are Toyman, Logo, and I think Livewire. That's interesting. hmm So Lobo was supposed to appear in Man of Steel 2. That's interesting. He considers Clark, this version of Clark, as a nerd. Whoa. Lawrence Fishburne played good Perry White. Yeah, true. Yep. Lionel's room. So Luthor is technically an orphan in VBS, in the DCEU. Being being an xenophobe, uh, Jesse's Eisenberg is Luthor is one one, what do I call him? Conspiracy nut, conspiracy theory. Lawrence Fishburne killed it as Perry White. Crime wave in Gotham. Other news break. Water is wet. True. And it's not 1938 anymore. So basically, Lex's dad is he's referring to the Kryptonian invasion, the devils from the sky. Timestamp is 43 minutes, 15 seconds. Well, Bruce has his own mausoleum in the Wayne estate. So this is part of the extended cut. The blood dripping from the crypt and the giant bat appearing. I wonder who he's in bed with here. Is that his Selena or who? So they made Bruce into a heavy drinker. Locks talk about his father a lot, but I don't remember if they confirmed his death. I do remember that in Man of Steel, there were rumors and reports that Lex dad died in the fight. Uh, Kal-El versus Zod. Brogo said, "I love it when Lawrence Fishburne told Clark to grow up. He said, apples don't cost a nickel, meaning things have changed." Yeah, I think people didn't get this. The joke's on you, Batman. This is written in paint by on Robin's costume. Yes, that's true. BVS changed the game. It was serious, it was dark, and it was technically a fantastic film. Not too realistic because, yeah, Superman, right? Clark doesn't know who Bruce Wayne is. Whoa, beautiful Diana. And Bruce is giving her the eye. Timestamp is 48 minutes. BVS is also my kind of film, Brogu. Joker and Harley Quinn killed Robin. Jason Todd or Dick Grayson, I think it was Jason Todd. Actually, me too. I think it was Jason Todd because Bruce is much older here than how he was portrayed in other films. So it makes sense that he had two Robins already. Mercy, Macy Graves is the road for her being a cyborg. Knowledge is power. Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor is so eccentric that it's more believable than, let's say, Gene Hackman's or who's the other guy from Superman Returns? Kevin Spacey. What's your position of bad vigilante in? Uh, don't believe everything you believe, son. So technically, Henry saves a cat from a tree off camera. Mercy Graves, a cyborg. Star Labs. Wonder if they ever talk about Mercy Graves as a meta human. So somehow, I do you think Lex knows who Superman is? Yep, true. That's true. And Bruce is wondering where his device went. Lex Luthor is brilliant, but I think the aspect of Joker supposed to be in VBS makes some of the scenes lacking. Diana is really giving Bruce the eye, and yeah, Superman saves people. Did did the critics, did the haters miss out on this scene? Weird, right? And people consider him as a god is so natural for the real world. Zack Snyder took some inspiration from world's finest. Yes, we should go deep. Paradigm shift. The the cinematography is so awesome, portraying Superman as a messianic figure. People don't remember that studio interference from WBDC was insane. Even David Goyer called WDC out on their BS. Yeah, they wanted a comedy, a cartoon actually, which is weird. Timestamp is 56 minutes. Clark talking to his mom is so sweet. Okay, Gina Malone. She plays Kitty Falker from Star Labs. Don't be surprised if you start hearing interference for the No Show verse real soon. Well, it's expected that DC will eventually interfere with Gun. So Keith, Wallace Keith, is supposed to be Metallo, which makes sense. And looks like Lex Luthor is gonna talk to him. Could have been better if Joker or the Riddler was here. He cleaned up well. They're after Superman, actually. So this was a setup from the beginning. Man, Secretary Swanwick. Lois does does have balls in this film. Both all of those Zack Snyder movies. S- So Perry knows that Clark is chasing the bat. Apples don't cost a nickel. Martian Manhunter. Yep. Did you hear about the nonsense that Guns DCU is a very dark and fourth wall breaking, according to some of the actors who auditioned for Superman? I don't believe it at all. Nope, I don't believe it. Fourth world, fourth wall breaking. Why? They're going to talk to the audience. So we have Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. The Sword of Alexander. She's sighing because it's a fake. Yeah. Superman versus Batman. You're making me laugh. Babe. So she's doing her Babe in the Woods act. Diana knows Bruce Wayne. So while decrypting the file, we go to the nightmare. Whoa. That I like the scene that's coming up. This is going to be a great fight scene. Museums don't usually hold relics and period pieces. Most of them are fakes or double. Yep, true. Yep, she did figure it out quickly. Notice the apocalypse symbol of dark side, the omega symbol. This is the nightmare scene. So decrypting the data from the drive activated something in Bruce's memory, in Bruce's mind, that started the whole nightmare timeline. Yep, it is legendary anti-life equation. I like Batman's costume here. It's so different, yet it's familiar. Man, this Superman commandos feels like the SS from Nazi Germany. This is gonna be brutal. One of the best fight scenes of this movie. And the parademons. So we are being prepared for Darkseid's invasion way back in 2016. Man, the anti-life equation. My cheer is Flashpoint. Joker said in ZSJL, they went back in time so many times and things got worse. Oh yeah, true. So they hated an evil Superman that doesn't smile, and yet I think they didn't know the narrative of the story. They should have let Zack cook, and that awakened Bruce somehow with the Flash. Am I too soon? This scene makes no sense with Justice League because they didn't explore this finest Bruce. Yep, man, that was tense. Yes, Bruce has the Joker card. Uh, Chef Snyder is cooking revenge. Yep, Rebel Moon. You know, Bruce is Clark is still investigating Batman, yet Perry isn't even firing him, right? Because he knows a good reporter. He knows a good reporter when he sees one. Great movie, by the way. No spoilers. Well, I'll be watching it here on the 22nd of December. I think it will be simultaneous with the guys in the States, and I'm excited for it. Rebel Moon, woo! Timestamp is 1 hour and almost 12 minutes. So basically, Bruce is a bit paranoid and a xenophobic guy here. Alfred is saying that Superman is not their enemy, which makes Alfred more level-headed than Bruce. So it was a policeman who helped out Clark in his investigation. You're about to go to war. He brought the war to us. Yes. So basically, Bruce considers uh, Batman as a enemy. Where does he go? So we're in the white Portuguese. I love this scene. It's taken directly from The Dark Knight Returns. Batman hanging, standing on a crane with the rifle, grappling rifle, and nobody notices him. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. Batman driving one of the greatest Batmobiles ever. Yeah, this is so cool. I love that Batmobile. It's a beast. Yeah, and it's basically a car. I think this Batmobile design is better than the Batman from Matt Reeves. Uh, the Batmobile in Matt Reeves' Batman is looks so generic. Did you see it? How it was made? Synth Brogu. This is awesome. Looks like one of those cars in Mad Max. Good. I'm stamped 1 hour and 17 minutes, 30 seconds. We agree, Brogu. We all agree that it's awesome. This Batmobile is so awesome. Heat seekers. It was amazing. They have it. They have it. The special features of BBS, the Ultimate Edition as well. Yeah. And here is the scene in my intro. Batman crashing into Superman, destroying the Batmobile. Next time they shine the light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy. Tell me, do you bleed? Do you bleed? You will. Amazing dialogue. Do you bleed? You will. Amazing how the Batmobile is still working even when crashing with Superman. Hey, that's a scene. Yes, it is, Brogu. Yes, it is. I love that scene. We see Lex Luthor here as a real scientist. We see Martian Manhunter and Lois, the Bullet. Lex Luthor was originally an evil scientist during his first appearances during the late 1930s, and he had hair. He was drawn mistakenly as bald when the artist sort of mixed the Ultra Humanite and Lex Luthor in their story. So eventually, we ended up with the bald Lex Luthor. People hate what they don't understand, what you don't understand. Yes, that's so true. The fact that Clark has questions of what he's doing is a better concept than, say, a know-it-all Kryptonian alien, right? Holly Hunter as Senator. She she committed what Clark is conflicted. Yes, true. S- So all is making sense. Lex Luthor is from the beginning is framing Superman. Yes, Holly Hunter voiced Elastigirl from The Incredibles. Luthor, yes, Vrogu. Holly Hunter has a distinct voice, framing Superman so that he can control him at some point. Yes, megalomaniac. Luthor is a megalomaniac. This is one of those scenes that some Americans doesn't want to see, right? Innocent sin, power can be innocent. Oh boy, here it is. They killed the African lady in broad daylight. The pro Superman and the anti Superman in this rally makes you think about what's happening in real life. Yeah, he did. He did push her straight into the train with a lot of witnesses. I mean, like, whoa, that was intense. Timestamp is 1 hour, 29 minutes, 10 seconds. Did you notice that Clark wasn't aware that there's a bomb in Keith's chair? Hunter B-15 from Loki. Yeah. Oh boy. Granny's peach tea. Whoa, she knows. And Lex is nowhere to be found. Yeah. Lex Luthor knew Superman's weakness and everything else. Yes, and he used lead in the wheelchair, and somehow his super senses didn't detect it. Oh, Lex Luthor sacrificed Mercy Graves. That he did. That he did. This drove Bruce to the edge somehow. This scene is so real. Superman helping the victims, He's taking this hard. Clark is taking this hard. He blames himself for what happened, and he knows he can do nothing, nothing else. She knows, but it's too late. That wheelchair is one big bomb. She's still relatively new at being a hero. This was technically 18 months after Man of Steel, right? Yeah, 18 months later. Agree. So we switch scene to LexCorp. Okay, he knows the bat is onto him. A quick inventory. Lex noticed that the kryptonite is gone. He wasn't looking because he trusts people. Now, Superman was never real. The symbol means something, but he considered his world doesn't exist anymore. But we all know that Lois was his world. Luthor just entered the Kryptonian ship, and There's still a key in there somehow, and it's still working. Even at even at 37%, the Kryptonian ship is still working. The Kryptonian archives contain knowledge for 100,000 worlds. Batman's so pissed that he is weaponizing the kryptonite. Timestamp is 1 hour and 39 minutes. Ben Affleck is really the best Batman actor out there. And he saw the meta-human files. So Luthor is observing Diana. Man, Belgium, 1918. I'm having goosebumps. The Wonder Woman team. Dun, 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 dun. So he learned how to make a doomsday creature from the archives. Basically, basically, he's making an abomination. Who's the voice that who voiced Kaylor? Was it Carla? They blame Superman because he was this is exactly what people would do. You have an individual like Superman who has done nothing but help them. Now they're wondering if Superman had had something to do with the bombing. Yes, that's true. So basically, we're almost at the third act. This happens all the time in real life. Good people helping other people, and when something happens, everyone turns against them, questioning did they do that. Yes, this is so real. The portrayal of both Batman, Superman, and even Lex Luthor is so real. He couldn't see it, right? Yes, lead is one of Superman's weakness. Kryptonian AI Kellor, that's Carla Gugino. She was supposed to be Catwoman. Okay, that that I can see. She makes a good Catwoman. Now we see Clark in his so-called fortress of solitude up north or out down south. Uh, Kevin Costner is a good Jonathan Kent, and she was casted as Catwoman at some point when Ben Affleck was setting up the Batman solo film. Another missed opportunity, but let's hope they make the Batfleck film on Netflix, right? It's only a matter of time before Netflix will make continue the Snyderverse. Actually, I sense it. She was my world. Somehow, Clark is talking to himself. This is why I believe in support cell too. We are expecting the cell campaign to be more successful than the restore. Criminals are like weed, Alfred. This is like those anti Snyder, like weeds. It's time to hunt, Alfred. I would love to see a Batman versus Predator with Ben Affleck as the Bat. That would be nice to see. We see how poor Superman's family is. Martha isn't rich at all. She works at a diner, and the KGBs and his men are nabbing her. Now we have the armor. You saw the vandalism in the walls, in the pillars, in this part. So this is Bruce's. This is Ben Affleck's bat signal, and somehow Superman will see this all the way from Metropolis. He's wearing the armor that was taken from The Dark Knight Returns. Somehow, Lois recognizes the KG beast, Anatoly Kanayev. She's been kidnapped, yet no one seems to have noticed it. Timestamp is 1 hour and 51 minutes and 30 seconds. We see Superman as not that all powerful here because he's still learning the ropes as Superman. Jesse Eisenberg is a real loony here. She threw Lois off the roof, knowing that Clark will save her. Luthor is a whining is like a whining bitch here. Apollo Jehovah, man. Is God tribal? He has father issues. Luthor has father issues. Timestamp is 1 hour and 55 minutes. So basically, Gotham and Metropolis are just across the bay. God versus man, day versus night, son of Krypton versus bat of Gotham. Every boy's special lady is his mother. So Luthor gave Clark no choice. Man, to save Martha, bring me the head of the bat. Man, this Lex Luthor is psychotic. The KGBs is one mean villain. Man, no one stays good in this world. Man, the appearance of Diana in this film is so awesome. Bruce Wayne, boys share too. I found your photograph, but it doesn't belong to you. Oh, wait, it is you. This picture is so raw. So we'll be seeing the Justice League. First, we have Barry Allen's Flash. This is a more serious Barry. So, Jason Momoa's Aquaman. It's much James Wan's Aquaman is closer to Zack Snyder's than anybody cares to admit. And of course, the heart of the Justice League, Victor Stone, Cyborg. Timestamp is 2 hours and 2 minutes. We have an hour more to go somehow. Okay, the fight scene. And Batman versus Superman. Well, here I am. Bruce really did uh, prep time for this battle. Man, this is awesome. I don't understand why Bruce keeps on fighting. And that was a kryptonite bullet. Later, how sin sells the way. So looks like Brogan and I will finish this watch along on equal footing. Superman doesn't have a chance in hell to defeat Batman. This was inspired by, of course, Frank Miller and the old World's Finest issues before The Dark Knight Returns went out, where Superman and Batman already have issues with each other. Man, and the kryptonite is wearing off. Honestly, this is the first time I saw Henry Cavill with the spit curl. This was fun, Brogo. See you again. Cell is the way. Yep, this was a fun stream, Brogu. Batman's so angry. He threw a sink on Superman's head. This was fun. But the movie is not finished, so still a long way to go. Battle scenes not over. It's been a long time since I watched BVS. The dialogue used here is gonna use the kryptonite spear. The anger Bruce is feeling here. It's the Marta scene. What does that mean? Save Martha. So basically, Superman, Clark, used his real mother's name to convince Bruce, Batman, to stop fighting him and save his mother. And all sorts of memories come flooding through his mind. Martha. I don't get the betas who who always criticize this scene. This scene was intense and it makes sense. Lois explained that it's his mother's name, so this awakened Bruce. This took away Bruce's rage, and somehow he realized that Superman is, although super, he's still human and has a mother like him. So we shift scene uh, in the with the Kryptonian ship in Metropolis. Timestamp is 2 hours and 13 minutes 31 seconds. Now Clark is explaining to Bruce what's happening. Martha won't die tonight. So notice the scar in Superman's face here. This was before he went to the sun. I don't deserve you, Alfred. Uh, Jeremy Irons is really the best Alfred out there. So another scene that's been taken directly from The Dark Knight Returns. I like the model of the bat plane here. So Alfred is doing the drone mode. Bruce suddenly was shaken. His mind was clear, and he needs to save Martha. And the warehouse scene is one of the best scenes uh, in any CBMs ever. I use this scene in one of my ultras, and it's really, it doesn't grow old. Some complain that this was excessive, but it's Batman, dude, fighting terrorists. Batman isn't soft on terrorists. If you read the old Alan Grant, Norm Brayfogle Batman over at Detective in the 80s, uh, you'll see that Batman doesn't or isn't a wimp when it comes to killing. This scene is so intense. His skull is bulletproof, so a direct gunshot won't work. This is, of course, Batman. Man. Basically, this scene is from The Dark Knight Returns. Panel per panel, drop it. I believe you. That's it for the KGBs. So, who says that this doesn't have humor on it? Luthor doesn't know how to lose. Now we have technically Doomsday. Doomsday is here. So Superman saved Luthor from being punched to death by Doomsday, and he's paying the price. The collateral damage alone. Man, Metropolis is having another bout, another battle, and the destruction level is as close to the Battle of Metropolis as possible. So the cops have rescued Martha with Batman going to Gotham and Metropolis. The power surge from Doomsday is so devastating. So Diana just left the airplane. So they chose to sacrifice Superman with a nuke because they're going to nuke Superman and Doomsday. Superman is holding on to Doomsday, so the nuke will hit them. Man, Batman said, "Oh God, projectile one hits Striker Island, while projectile one projectile two is Superman. Projectile one is Doomsday. Man, they couldn't destroy Doomsday, and he's changing. He's mutating. The, the bones are showing while he continues to surge in power. So we see another homage to the Dark Knight Returns comics, where the nuclear the nuclear missile hit Superman, and he became almost a skeleton. Now Doomsday has turned his eyes on Superman. So is Batman's going back to Gotham to get the spear. Now with direct sunlight, Superman is regenerating. Was this a miscalculation on Batman's part? He's back in Gotham City, and oh shit! And Wonder Woman saved Batman. That was awesome. This fight seems insane, and somehow Lois understands what's happening, and she's about to retrieve the spear. Is she with you? I thought she was with you. Oh my god. The DC Trinity. So far, this is the best portrayal of the DC Trinity on cinema ever. Well, except ZSJL. And then Lois is trapped, but she finally saw the spear. This is purely iconic. It's tag team time. The way Zack did this movie is unbelievable. Man. The effect seems to be seamless and Superman saved Lois from drowning. Timestamp is 2 hours and 35 minutes. Superman will do the ultimate sacrifice, and uh, Batman is really brave to think that he can handle a Kryptonian monstrosity. Timestamp is 2 hours and 36 minutes. Notice how Diana is somehow smiling when battling Doomsday. And another change is happening to Doomsday. His body is adapting and becoming more powerful. This is my world. You are my world. Henry Cavill really makes the best Superman of our era, of our time. You know, the Trinity with Wonder Woman's lasso, Batman's kryptonite bullet, and now the kryptonite spear from Superman. And somehow, Doomsday stabs Superman. This is the ultimate sacrifice for Superman. That was intense. That was painful. That was glorious. And Superman died. No, people complain that this is just the second movie of the DCEU, and somehow they killed off Superman. But we all know that Zack only plans about a 5 movie arc with Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League 1, 2, and 3, and somehow maybe Man of Steel 2. This was one of the most powerful scenes in CBM. It's like a painting, and I remember the time when I saw the theatrical cut in the theater and saw Superman died. It was really devastating for me. Timestamp is 2 hours and 40 minutes, 45 seconds. BVS is one of the most misunderstood, yet one of the best CBMs out there. This is a standard, uh, an industry standard that true time cannot be compared to. It was awesome. The scenes now is that the soldiers are seeing, went entered the Kryptonian ship and saw Luthor and the figure of Stephen Wolf with the mother boxes. So this is how he knew about those mother boxes that will be explored in ZSJL. And everyone wants a bold Luthor. This is how this is how they shave his head. Superman dead, and there's an obituary for Clark Kent. Whoa, kind of a sad ending for the film. They buried Clark Kent here in this film. There's Deborah Snyder as an extra. The actor who played the priest and Pete Ross from Man of Steel is here. So basically, Lois was supposed to be pregnant during this time. It was a ring. Clark and Lois was supposed to be married. I really like BVS, and it was one of those films that captured my imagination. At the same time, Clark was being buried in Metropolis. Superman 2 was being buried in an empty coffin. They use Amazing Grace as a funeral march theme. This was the time when the people realized that Superman was a friend and a hero for all of humanity. Timestamp is 2 hours and almost 47 minutes, taken from the comics Funeral for a Friend. So uh, we didn't know that Senator Swanwick is a Martian Manhunter during this time. Awake and see and dwell in dust, for thy dew is like the dew of morning, and the earth shall give birth to her dead. That's an amen. So Bruce took care of the funeral preparation, the funeral expenses, and they didn't know. You have this scene with Bruce and Diana. This is Bruce being remorseful for what he did to Clark, and this the the process of Bruce Bruce's salvation narrative started here. So it's the start of the Justice League. She walked away from mankind. Wonder Woman walked away from mankind after World War I, and somehow that was retconned into something in World Wonder Woman 84. But we'll see. This is a funeral for a friend homage. This movie is powerful. It shows that they can do a realistic Superman without being wacky. So Bruce is remembering the dream he had with the nightmare timeline. Luthor is being hard-headed and being he's asked to face the wall. Batman's here. Batman should have branded Luthor in his forehead, in his bald head. That would be fun to look at, awesome to look at. The bells have already been rung, and the yeah, Netflix will be continuing the Snyderverse. It's a strong feeling, man. An insane Lex Luthor. Imagine that. Aside from being genius, he's also insane. The last scene here is the painting is turned upside down, just like what Luthor wanted. We see Bruce walking away from the funeral, and Lois Lane, uh, throwing some dirt over the coffin. Hans Zimmer's music is so iconic that only he can really uh, do a good score for the Man of Steel, the Snyderverse. And somehow the dirt has been so that's it for our watch watch along for the ultimate edition of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Thank you to Brogu and Sinhav for joining me earlier, and I thank you for being patient with my stream. And we'll do another stream tomorrow with what am I scheduling? I guess The Predator from 1987. So do like my video, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my social media networks, and thank you for just being with me. Adios.
Because I saved them.
Well, that's why I waited until you were there. I got the information I needed. No one died. I did it your way.
He does have a point.
I know it got lost in all the confusion, but we still have some issues to settle here. There are only heroes and there are villains.
You think yourself a hero, but you would let these criminals go free.
Heroes don't kill people.
Well, I do.